My name is Brian Krause, and I'm the Vice President of Education for the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Today, we'll be discussing various options to develop and host your Manufacturing Day Open Door event. What exactly is Manufacturing Day? It's held every year on the first Friday in October. The day is an effort to better bridge the gap between the general public and the manufacturing community, to open the doors to manufacturers around the country, inviting students, both K-12 and higher education, to learn more about the amazing career potential that exists across the manufacturing industry. There are a wealth of resources available through the National Association of Manufacturers to help effectively guide you in your planning process. If you go to mfgday.com, you will see all the various communications, resource kits, as well as testimonials from manufacturers and communities that have successfully hosted an event. An example of some of these resources is the Host Toolkit. It provides an overview of how to host different types of events in your community, the planning process that goes with hosting, how-to guides for messaging to different audiences during Manufacturing Day, tips for a successful event from signage to scripting to display boards, as well as offering best practices from previous Manufacturing Day hosts. The Host Toolkit can be an invaluable resource to getting started in this process. In addition, we want to make sure that you use the mfgday.com portal to set up and list your event so you can be more visible as well as be counted for your effort. The portal will not only allow you to list your event, location, start and stop times, as well as details of your event, but you'll also be able to promote your company. In addition, it'll give you the tools to manage an attendee RSVP list should you want that added feature. So how can you engage your local communities to really come out and support Manufacturing Day? The best way to do this is to engage your local chambers of commerce. They are your key resource to engaging other areas in your business community, from banking to service to retail and to even healthcare. And so you can invite your local chambers of commerce to support your efforts in Manufacturing Day.
We did participate for the first time in Manufacturing Day last year, and we held our Manufacturing Day on the same day as the National Manufacturing Day. And we did that because there was a lot of publicity, truly. It was a lot of PR for us, and we got a lot of bang for our buck. What we did was we really reached out into our community and got our school districts involved. We have 4 school districts in Lincoln County, which is the county that is where our plant resides. So we had 4 school districts we invited, but then we also invited school board members. We invited our local chamber of commerce. We invited economic development entities. And we really made this a community event, but yet, like you said, Brian, it was targeted. Because what we knew is we couldn't have 400 kids in our plant. We couldn't have 100 kids in our plant. It just isn't, it's not necessarily a doable situation. The tours and what we really wanted. In the space, exactly. And we wanted kids to get in and be able to see what we're doing at Toyota Voting. So we actually targeted the robotics groups within each of those schools and their sponsors, their coaches, and we said, why don't you come in and be a part of this, which made it a manageable group. We knew it would be kids that were somewhat interested in it, in manufacturing technician work or the like. And so we ended up with about 75 individuals, which we were thrilled with. It was a very manageable group. We actually took the kids on a tour. They loved that. They were able to get in and see that it wasn't a dark, dingy space. There was a lot of wonderful technology. So it was really a nice event.
In addition to engaging your local chambers of commerce, look to your city officials. Have them come out and join you with your open house event. You can also use this as a time to recruit your future talent pipeline. By having an open door event, you can allow members of your community to see the types of open jobs that you currently have available. And if you use the media in your region, you might be able to enhance that exposure and get more people to seek out employment in your operation.
We've been doing Manufacturing Day for several years now, and in the first year, it was really just a very, very small event. So we kind of walked before we ran in this case. But starting with last year, yeah, we tried. First off, we brought in St. Charles Community College. We had some of the other team members with City of O'Fallon Chamber of Commerce. I mentioned St. Charles Community College. Of course, our company, St. Charles Economic Development Partners for Progress. So again, some of the economic development groups were involved here. With these 4 or 5 groups that were supporting this event, we started off with around 500 or 600 students being bussed in from 4 or 5 or 6 different schools in the St. Charles area. We had both junior highs and our middle schools as well as high school students joining us.
So really a wide gamut of students.
Absolutely,
from your
absolutely.
middle school to your high school.
And our reasoning was pretty simple. We want to start catching these kids when they're in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade and kind of spark their interest, so to speak. And then when they do get into high school, they can carry that interest on further and hopefully join more of these manufacturing days and then eventually take an interest in manufacturing as a whole, whether it's working with AMT and Toyota or a Rankin Technical College or even any other tech school that brings them into the manufacturing environment.
So let's recap the basic steps to hosting a Manufacturing Day event. First, determine what event you'd like to have. Then, develop the messaging and communicate out effectively to your stakeholders. Review the tips for the event that you're going to host, including the signage, scripting, and displays. Seek support from key stakeholders like your local chambers of commerce, your city elected officials, and others. I'd like to take a moment to thank Toyota Bodine and Component Bar Products for sharing their stories, as well as the Manufacturing Institute, Missouri Dream It Do It, and the Missouri Chamber Foundation. Here's to a successful Manufacturing Day.